Welcome to my channel, Flights Assistance. Bad news for Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaiian Airlines is facing significant challenges, including financial losses, Boeing 787 delivery delays, and increased competition from Southwest Airlines. The airline also struggles with fleet maintenance issues, declining tourism demand, and rising environmental compliance costs. Weather-related disruptions, labor disputes, and uncertainty surrounding its merger with Alaska Airlines add to its troubles. Additionally, high operating costs make it difficult to remain competitive. As these obstacles mount, Hawaiian Airlines must find strategic solutions to stabilize its operations and secure future growth. Financial losses continue. Hawaiian Airlines has reported continued financial losses due to rising operational costs, fuel price volatility, and reduced passenger demand in key markets. The airline is struggling to return to profitability despite efforts to cut expenses. Boeing 787 delivery delays. The airline had placed orders for Boeing 787 Dreamliners to modernize its fleet. But delays in deliveries due to supply chain issues and manufacturing setbacks have forced Hawaiian Airlines to continue relying on older aircraft. Competitive pressures. The airline is facing increased competition from carriers like Southwest Airlines, which has aggressively expanded its inter-island and mainland Hawaii routes, offering lower fares and more flight options for passengers. Fleet maintenance challenges. Older aircraft in Hawaiian Airlines fleet, including the Airbus A330s and Boeing 717s, require frequent maintenance, leading to higher costs and occasional disruptions in flight schedules. Decline in tourism. Demand. Tourism to Hawaii has fluctuated due to global economic uncertainties, higher airfare costs, and changing travel preferences. The decline in visitors has significantly impacted Hawaiian Airlines' revenue. Environmental regulations and costs. Hawaiian Airlines is facing increasing pressure to comply with new environmental regulations, including stricter emissions policies and sustainable fuel mandates. These initiatives add to operational expenses and long-term planning challenges. Weather-related disruptions. Hurricanes, storms, and other adverse weather conditions frequently disrupt Hawaiian Airlines operations, leading to delays, cancellations, and increased recovery costs. Labor disputes and staffing issues. The airline has faced labor challenges, including pilot shortages and contract negotiations with unions. Disruptions in staffing levels have led to operational inefficiencies and service issues. Airline merger uncertainty. Hawaiian Airlines' planned acquisition by Alaska Airlines has raised concerns among employees and customers about potential changes in routes, branding, and job security. Regulatory hurdles could further delay or complicate the merger process. High operating costs. Operating costs for Hawaiian Airlines remain high due to its unique geographical challenges, reliance on long-haul routes, and expensive airport operations in Hawaii. These factors make it difficult to compete with larger mainland-based carriers. As Hawaiian Airlines navigates these difficulties, it remains to be seen how the carrier will adapt and whether strategic changes can help it regain stability and growth.
787 groundings. Airbus in the USA and Etihad's big news. The aviation industry is constantly evolving, with major developments affecting airlines, manufacturers, and global operations. Here are 10 key points covering Boeing 787 groundings, Airbus's impact in the USA, and Etihad Airways' latest strategic moves. Boeing 787 groundings. Quality control. Issues. Several Boeing 787 Dreamliners have been temporarily grounded due to quality control concerns, including issues with fuselage joints and improperly manufactured components. These problems have led to additional scrutiny from aviation regulators. FAA involvement. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, has taken an active role in ensuring that Boeing addresses these concerns before affected aircraft are allowed to resume service. Some airlines have faced delays in receiving new deliveries due to enhanced inspections. Airline disruptions. Airlines such as American Airlines, United Airlines, and British Airways, which rely heavily on the 787 for long-haul routes have had to adjust their schedules, leading to temporary service reductions and aircraft substitutions. Boeing's response. Boeing has pledged to resolve the issues swiftly by working closely with regulators and customers. The company is also investing in improved manufacturing processes to prevent similar occurrences in the future. Impact on orders. While the 787 remains a highly popular aircraft, recent quality concerns have caused some airlines to delay or reconsider future orders. However, Boeing remains confident in the program's long-term success. Airbus expansion in the US AU.S. Manufacturing growth. Airbus continues to expand its presence in the United States, with its production facility in Mobile, Alabama, playing a crucial role. The plant assembles A220 and A320 aircraft for North American customers, reducing delivery times and strengthening Airbus's foothold in the region. A220 success story. The Airbus A220, which was originally developed by Bombardier as the C-Series, has seen increasing demand from US airlines. Carriers like Delta, JetBlue, and Breeze Airways have embraced the aircraft for its fuel efficiency and operational flexibility. Competition with Boeing. Airbus's aggressive expansion in the US challenges Boeing's dominance in its home market, with Airbus continuing to secure large orders from American carriers. The competition between the two aerospace giants remains intense. Etihad Airways' big news: fleet modernization and growth. Etihad Airways has announced plans to expand its fleet with new aircraft orders, including additional Boeing 787s and Airbus A350s. The move aligns with the airline's strategy to offer more fuel-efficient and passenger-friendly aircraft on key international routes. Network expansion and partnerships. In addition to fleet upgrades, Etihad is actively expanding its route network and forming new partnerships. Recent code-share agreements and increased frequencies to major destinations signal a renewed growth strategy aimed at strengthening Abu Dhabi's position as a global aviation hub. These developments highlight key industry trends, from ongoing aircraft quality concerns to strategic expansions by major players. As Boeing works to address the 787's issues, Airbus strengthens its US operations, and Etihad positions itself for future growth. The aviation landscape remains dynamic and competitive.
How Trump's tariffs are reshaping the future of the aircraft industry. The imposition of tariffs by President Donald Trump's administration is poised to reshape the aircraft industry in profound ways, affecting manufacturers, suppliers, and global trade dynamics. Airbus CEO Guillaume Faury has indicated that the company may prioritize deliveries to non-US clients if US tariffs impede imports. Despite Airbus's significant investments in the US, including a manufacturing facility in Alabama employing over 2,000 people, these trade barriers could force a strategic shift in their global operations. Boeing, as a major US manufacturer, faces challenges due to increased costs of imported components resulting from tariffs. This escalation in production costs could affect pricing and competitiveness in the global market. The aircraft industry relies on intricate global supply chains. Tariffs on imports from key partners like Canada, Mexico, and China threaten to disrupt these networks, leading to delays and increased costs. For instance, the US administration's announcement of 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports, effective March 2025, has raised alarms about significant repercussions on the aerospace ecosystem. In anticipation of tariffs, manufacturers have accelerated orders for durable goods to mitigate potential cost increases. This preemptive strategy reflects concerns about sustaining production efficiency amidst policy shifts. The tariffs mark a significant shift in US trade policy, introducing broad economic and geopolitical implications. The aviation industry, deeply embedded in international trade, must navigate these changes, balancing compliance with new regulations and maintaining global partnerships. The long-term effects of these tariffs could lead to a restructuring of the aircraft industry's global landscape. Companies might explore alternative sourcing, adjust pricing strategies, or seek new markets to mitigate tariff impacts. The uncertainty surrounding these trade policies necessitates agile adaptation to sustain growth and competitiveness. In conclusion, President Trump's tariffs are set to alter the aircraft industry significantly, influencing manufacturing processes, supply chains, and international trade relations. Stakeholders must remain vigilant and adaptable to navigate this evolving landscape effectively.
Airbus may shift focus to non-US clients if Trump tariffs disrupt aircraft deliveries. Airbus CEO Guillaume Faury has indicated that the company may prioritize aircraft deliveries to non-US customers if impending tariffs from President Donald Trump's administration disrupt imports into the United States. In an interview with CNBC, Faury emphasized that while Airbus has a substantial demand globally, potential trade barriers could necessitate adjustments in their delivery schedules, favoring clients outside the US. The Trump administration has announced plans to introduce new tariffs within the next month, which could significantly impact the aerospace sector among others. Faury expressed concerns over these developments, stating that Airbus is prepared to adapt by advancing deliveries to eager customers in other regions if substantial challenges arise in supplying the US market. Despite these potential hurdles, Airbus maintains a robust presence in the US, with significant investments and operations. The company spends approximately €15 billion annually with over 2,000 American suppliers and employs more than 2,000 individuals at its manufacturing facility in Mobile, Alabama. This plant assembles A320 and A220 aircraft families, underscoring Airbus's deep integration into the US aerospace ecosystem. The aerospace industry is already grappling with supply chain bottlenecks and a shortage of experienced workers, challenges that could be exacerbated by the introduction of new tariffs. Airbus has not factored the potential impact of these trade tariffs into its 2025 financial guidance, adopting a wait-and-see approach while remaining ready to adjust its strategies as necessary. Faury highlighted that the aerospace sector is a highly interconnected North Atlantic ecosystem, with significant interdependencies between markets. He cautioned that the imposition of tariffs could result in a lose-lose situation, adversely affecting both sides of the Atlantic. This sentiment reflects broader concerns within the industry about the potential for escalating trade tensions to disrupt established supply chains and economic relationships. Other industry leaders share similar apprehensions. Safran's CEO, Olivier Andriès, warned that a US-China trade dispute could negatively impact the global aerospace market. He emphasized China's substantial share in the aeronautics market and noted that increased tariffs could further strain an industry already challenged by material and labor shortages. In the luxury goods sector, manufacturers have expressed concerns about becoming collateral damage in potential trade wars resulting from President Trump's tariff plans. Past disputes, such as those involving Airbus and Boeing, led to the imposition of 25% tariffs on high-end items like Scotch whisky, significantly impacting British exports. Industry representatives fear that similar measures could unfairly target prominent brands, leading to substantial economic losses. Australia's significant aircraft orders with American manufacturers, totaling nearly $25 billion, may shield the country from impending US tariffs on steel and aluminum. President Trump is considering tariff exemptions for Australia due to the favorable trade surplus, largely attributed to these aircraft purchases. However, the outcome of potential exemptions remains uncertain, highlighting the complex dynamics between tariffs, trade balances, and international relations. As the situation develops, Airbus and other industry stakeholders are closely monitoring policy decisions and preparing to adjust their operations to mitigate potential disruptions. The overarching goal remains to maintain stability and continuity in a complex and interconnected global market, despite the uncertainties introduced by potential trade barriers.
A321XLR and 787 updates, Southwest job cuts, and new routes reshaping the aviation industry. The aviation industry is experiencing significant developments, particularly concerning aircraft acquisitions and strategic operational changes by major airlines. In November 2024, Iberia Airlines became the first carrier to introduce the Airbus A321XLR into commercial service, marking a milestone for long-haul narrow-body aircraft. The inaugural flight connected Madrid and Paris, serving as a prelude to more extended routes. Later that month, Iberia commenced transatlantic operations with the A321XLR, notably on the Madrid-Boston route. This aircraft offers a range of up to 4,700 nautical miles, enabling airlines to operate long-haul flights with improved fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. Airbus has secured over 500 orders for the A321XLR, indicating strong market interest in this model. Air Canada is also expanding its fleet with the acquisition of Boeing 787-10 and Airbus A321XLR aircraft, aiming to enhance its South American routes. The airline plans to deploy the 787-10 on flights to São Paulo and Buenos Aires, increasing capacity compared to the smaller 787-9 currently in use. Deliveries of these new aircraft are scheduled between 2025 and 2026, aligning with Air Canada's strategy to modernize its fleet and optimize route efficiency. In a significant fleet upgrade, Qantas announced plans to refurbish 42 existing Boeing 737 aircraft by 2027, enhancing passenger comfort and operational efficiency. This initiative complements the introduction of new Airbus A321XLR and A220 aircraft into Qantas's lineup. The airline anticipates receiving its first A321XLR in June 2025, aiming to provide improved seating, increased cabin space, and advanced in-flight connectivity. These upgrades are part of Qantas's broader strategy to enhance the passenger experience while reducing operational costs. However, not all developments are expansions. Southwest Airlines, traditionally known for its employee-centric culture, announced its first-ever mass layoffs in its 53-year history. The airline plans to reduce its corporate workforce by 1,750 employees, approximately 15% of its corporate staff. This decision includes the elimination of 11 senior leadership positions at the vice president level or higher. The layoffs are part of a broader strategy to streamline operations and achieve cost savings, with the company projecting $210 million in savings for 2025 and up to $300 million by 2026. Despite offering severance packages estimated between $60 million and $80 million, the move has raised concerns about the potential erosion of Southwest's famously free-spirited corporate culture. In addition to workforce reductions, Southwest is adjusting its route network. The airline plans to cut approximately one-third of its flights to Atlanta, affecting over 300 pilot and flight attendant positions. While opportunities for relocation are being offered, the decision has faced criticism from employee unions, who attribute the cuts to management's lack of innovation. Concurrently, Southwest is expanding services in other areas, adding new routes from Nashville and introducing red-eye flights from Hawaii to Las Vegas and Phoenix starting in April. These changes reflect the airline's efforts to optimize its network amidst financial pressures and evolving market demands. Meanwhile, ANA Holdings, Japan's largest airline, announced plans to purchase over $14 billion worth of aircraft from Boeing, Airbus, and Embraer to meet increasing travel demand to Japan. The order includes 18 Boeing 787-9s for Asia-North America routes, up to 20 Embraer E190-E2s for domestic operations, and additional aircraft to modernize the existing fleet. Deliveries are expected by 2033, aligning with ANA's strategy to expand its fleet to approximately 320 jets by 2030. This investment comes in response to a significant increase in foreign visitors to Japan, with a record 47% rise in 2024, totaling 36.9 million tourists. In the Middle East, Riyadh Air, a Saudi startup airline, reports moderate improvements in the supply chains of Boeing and Airbus, despite recent disruptions. The airline has placed substantial orders, including 60 Airbus A321 family jets and up to 72 Boeing 787 Dreamliners, as it prepares to commence operations by the end of the year. These acquisitions are part of Riyadh Air's strategy to establish a modern and efficient fleet, positioning itself competitively in the regional aviation market. These developments underscore a dynamic period in the aviation industry, characterized by strategic fleet expansions, operational restructuring, and responses to evolving market demands. Airlines are making significant investments in modern aircraft to enhance efficiency and passenger experience, while also making tough decisions to streamline operations and remain competitive in a challenging economic environment. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.